Have you ever felt like you're constantly just scraping by despite having grand visions for your life? This client is a man in his mid-30s who's tired of just getting by with just enough to sustain himself. He's not struggling with absolute scarcity. There's always just enough money, just enough food, a place to live, but it's never more than that. In this session, one-to-one with me, the client confronts the elusive barriers that prevent him from achieving financial freedom and enjoying life to its fullest. Despite his creative potential, he's haunted by the practicalities of grounding his dreams in reality. And moreover, an ongoing issue with his passport renewal adds to the anxiety, and he feels like he's being held back until he receives it. Join us as we explore how the client, through a transformational energy clearing session guided by myself, taps into a message he received from Jesus, as well as works with his future self, getting wisdom to identify and clear the obstacles that are currently in his path. We'll also hear how the client experiences real-life results in hearing news about his passport shortly after this session took place. I'll be narrating the story and include real-life parts from our session of self-discovery and guided change, where every step forward is shaped by self-compassion and a deeper connection with one's higher self. At the beginning of the session, after doing a short grounding meditation and connecting to our higher selves, I always start by asking the client what the challenge or focus is that they would like to work on in the session today. Intention is everything, and it's essentially what creates our reality, so it's really critical to find out where the client would like to go so we can identify the blocks in getting there.
Okay, I'm connecting with someone that want to talk with you, your higher self, one part of your higher self. Tell Agustin that I also was having fun here. So tell him that he needs to enjoy. I started wondering, asking to myself, what is it that is not letting me enjoy? What is it that I'm all the time thinking and what I can do, how I need to do Instagram, I need to do videos, how I can do to be in that freedom, in that state of freedom, financial freedom, but because it's the only way, it's the only thing that is taking me that I cannot keep enjoying my life. So that's more or less what is all the time in my mind this moment. That and also my Spanish passport that they say is gonna be. So I'm in the patient mode, but that create anxiety inside of me.
Sure, it's kind of like it's holding you back.
Yes. The other things are perfect. I mean, I'm not thinking anymore that I'm not good enough. I'm not thinking in insecurities. They are not in my mind now. After our sessions,
The client has received a really powerful message outside of the session, and this is what we're going to focus upon. One technique I use is called timelines, and what we do is we connect to a future part of ourselves, and we ask that future self for specific wisdom and guidance as to how to get to the place where they are in the future. We can also receive powerful information of what things might look like, who we might meet, and things we might want to consider doing to help us manifest what we want in our actual reality. I suggest this as an option, and the client agrees and is excited to see what comes through. Okay, cool. So just closing our eyes and just connecting and just taking a deep breath in and just land again. And just imagine you're in a wide open field. And this field is safe. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right. And out in front of you, you're going to drop a circle. Just let it land wherever it lands. It doesn't matter where it lands. Just notice where it lands. And so inside that circle, we're just going to call your higher self, the realized Gus, who is fully wealthy. And let me know when that Gus is there. How far is it away from you?
not so far, really close.
Okay, and brilliant, that's great. So in the circle, what do you notice about your fully realized self?
Super cool dress.
And so just imagine where you're standing now. There's ways that present themselves. We can call them paths. Because essentially, if you were that realized Gus, then you would be there. But there's a gap between where you are now to where that fully realized self is. And so let's start communicating with that self and ask him, how much money is he earning? And let me know what he says.
Between 7K and 10K per month.
Next, we imagine two paths in front of the client, one lush and vibrant, and the other dry and barren. The client comes up with these paths through the visuals that he's been given whilst in the field, and he's asked to pick one. These moments are particularly significant for the client, as it's connected him emotionally to that path of his future envisioned self. These moments are particularly significant for the client as it's connected him emotionally to his future envisioned self, filling him with a sense of happiness and peace. So by following this exercise, the client will use these insights gained from these visions to shape his actions in his now present, ensuring that he moves towards making his envisioned future a reality. Okay, cool. That's that 7 to 10K Gus sitting in the circle there. What paths, what roads lead towards that Gus? You're standing in the field. What do you see?
Like one path there is like nature, water flows, like water. You see another path that is dry. It's like a desert, one day.
Okay, so there's one path is nature, butterflies, water. So you've got these two paths. You've got the dry one with the cracks, and then you've got the one with the live nature. It's really green, there's butterflies, there's water. Let's choose a path and test walking down it. The idea is going towards that fully realized self of 7 to 10K a month. Which one do you choose?
Nature one.
Okay, cool. And start walking down it. What do you notice?
That is like familiar, this path. It's like I've already been here, or I am here walking. Of light, like in my third eye, in the word patient. Now there is like people with suit, and I'm there like in a chair, like super relaxed, like talking with them. And they are all like listening to me
And how does it feel to be in that conversation?
with confidence. Now I'm giving the hand to everyone, and everyone is happy.
Who's that person, by the way, that you just shook hands with?
Old man, he has like green eyes, nice the way he look, my eyes. He put the hands in my shoulder and he said, everything is okay. You are in the path. The emotion in his eyes, like crying, but for happiness.
How old is he?
36.
36, okay, cool. How old are you now?
34.
So at this point, the future version of the client has seen a transformational event take place. He's received some really powerful wisdom from the situation, and he gets a strong sense of celebration and happiness. We move into the next phase of this session where we're going to solidify these feelings into the client's energy field so that he can use these feelings as an anchor point in his everyday life to help him keep moving forwards towards his future reality. This often helps with overcoming things like procrastination and paralysis analysis. Okay, so we're just going to say some phrases, Gus, and remember these phrases are tests, right? Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not true, but if they move something in us, then we know, that needs to be worked on, or it needs to be amplified. It's not always bad, yeah? And the idea here of what we're doing is it's called inoculation. We're just saying phrases so that, almost like to protect what's going to happen in the future, if that makes sense. So we're going to say it as if it's already happened, although it hasn't happened. So just repeat after me and say, I'm so sorry you were confused.
I'm so sorry you are confused.
I'm so sorry it feels too good to be true.
I'm so sorry to feel good, so true.
I'm so sorry you feel nervous.
I'm so sorry that you feel nervous.
I'm so sorry you're worried that this might not be real.
I'm so sorry that you are worried that this might not be real.
Actually, I just want to check what's happening with the fully enlightened self in the circle at the end of the path. What do you notice?
He's like walking around the circle.
Ask him how he's feeling, and what does he say?
Lonely. He said, no.
How do you feel when you heard him say lonely?
Sadness.
Is he older or younger than the 36-year-old?
Older,
How old is he?
42.
And then we've got the 42-year-old, which is 6 years later. And let's just ask him a little bit more about how he's feeling, the 42-year-old.
He's a happy person. He's chill, he's relaxed. I'm asking, like, why you feel that loneliness? He's saying, but it's okay. Like, with a smile on the face.
As we reach the halfway point of our session with Gus, we've taken a look at his current struggles. He's trying to break free from just scraping by to finding true fulfillment and financial freedom. His main challenge is making his big ideas a reality, which feels particularly urgent as he deals with the life pressures, like waiting for his passport renewal, that process which is filled with uncertainty and stress. So far, we've identified these roadblocks and also connected to two key parts of his future self, one that's 36 years old and one that's 42 years old. The 36-year-old is experiencing extreme happiness and excitement, whilst the 42-year-old is showing wealth and success, but there's a sense of loneliness about him. Now we're ready to move into the more transformative part of our session. In the second half, we'll focus on ways to assist Gus to connect more deeply with his future selves so he can receive the wisdom from them, as they've already navigated these challenges successfully. This approach will offer Gus practical steps to achieve his goals and to help him find peace and confidence in his path forward. This all helps to avoid procrastination and fear. The most important part here is taking note of the feelings. Feelings and thoughts are essentially what create our reality. When we work to change these when working in the field, we can change how we feel in our body. This means that our thoughts will change too. And when these are aligned and are more positive, we manifest more positive outcomes. This is essentially how energy works. So our intention here is to figure out what that sadness is in the 42-year-old future self and see if we can untangle from that so that it doesn't negatively affect the way forward. Let's dive in and take it to the next step. And so just with your focus and your awareness, just drop down to your heart space and send a warm, loving, heartfelt energy across to that 42-year-old and say, I'm so sorry you're sad.
I'm so sorry you're sad.
I'm so sorry you're feeling lonely.
So sorry you're feeling lonely.
I'm so sorry it's difficult to get off your chest.
So sorry that it's difficult to get it out of your chest.
I'm so sorry that road was so hard.
So sorry that the road was so hard.
I'm so sorry you thought you had to do it all by yourself.
So sorry you have to do it all by yourself.
I'm so sorry there was no one there to help you.
I'm so sorry there was no one there to help you.
I'm so sorry you had to change who you are.
So sorry you had to change who you are.
I'm so sorry money always changes people.
I'm so sorry money always change people.
I'm so sorry having so much money leaves people feeling lonely.
So sorry that so much money leaves people feeling lonely.
I'm so sorry having so much money leaves you feeling sad.
I'm so sorry having so much money leaving you feeling sad.
And just taking a deep breath in. And what do you notice about the 42-year-old? Let's check back in.
He's laying down now, like crying, but with a smile in the face.
And how's he feeling?
More calm.
More calm? And what belief does he have about himself now?
I don't know why, but I'm seeing him like talking with a small, like a little kid, like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's having her in the hand, like walking together. He's like a daughter.
And what belief does he have about the world now?
He's confident about what he's doing. Because he's bringing him joy. Know that he's not alone.
Okay, so just taking a deep breath in. And let's just check back in with that 36-year-old. Ask him how he's feeling.
He's excited. With that, with too much energy, like thinking the things that he need to do, he want to do, and they're excited with a bunch of energy.
And what does he believe about himself now?
And that he's living his purpose.
And does he know what his purpose is? Is he able to articulate that?
Service, being in service for the earth, not even for people, being in service for the earth.
And ask him, what is missing in your life now, the 34-year-old, to get to that 36-year-old? Ask him what's missing in order to get there. And let me know what he says.
Keep studying, be more aware of your intuition. Details, we say. Don't let the distraction take you from your path.
Okay, well done. And so we're just going to say some more phrases. Remember, these might not necessarily be true, but we're just saying them so that we can dissolve potential disturbances in the future. But maybe some of them resonate. Next, we focus on the client's relationship with knowledge, intuition, and financial habits through a reflective exercise. After he is guided to express an apology to himself, a deep and strong revelation for him occurs. It helps him articulate his financial behaviors and the emotions tied to them, setting the stage for addressing these patterns to achieve his desire for financial independence. Just take a deep breath in and out. And just send warm, loving, heartfelt energy from the center of your chest area. I'm so sorry you don't have all the knowledge right now.
So sorry that you don't have all the knowledge right now.
I'm so sorry there's still so much more to learn.
I'm so sorry there is so much more to learn.
I'm so sorry you forget about your intuition sometimes.
I'm so sorry that you forget about your intuition sometimes.
I'm so sorry you thought you had to change in order to earn all this money.
I'm so sorry they felt they had to change in order to have all that money.
I'm so sorry you didn't realize money just amplifies the person who you are.
I'm so sorry that you didn't realize that money just amplifies the person of who you are.
I'm so sorry when you have money, you just want to give it away.
I'm so sorry that when you have money, you just give it away.
Yeah, I see a smile on your face. You're like, damn. Tell me more about that.
I don't know how to have the money. Each time that I have money, I just spending it and giving it. I cannot. I don't know why. I always thought that if I give, I always gonna have. And I mean, at certain point it's working, but I'm tired of that. At a certain point, it's like I'm addicted to that feeling. I don't want to depend anymore. I want to be independent.
As I watch the client's face transform and read his energy, seeing the changes that come from saying these phrases, it's incredible to witness how we can uncover these underlying belief systems that are quite literally holding him back. Right here, the client discovers that he has a powerful, deep program within him that he's always wanting to give his money away when he earns it. And then comes the shift, where he decides he is tired of that state of affairs. He's taking back ownership of his future, his energy, and his power to manicure the reality he wants to see for himself by making conscious choices. This is called conscious creation. What we do now is we then give self-directed compassion to that part of himself that was accidentally transmitting this frequency of giving all his money away, so that we can change the frequency and how he feels about it. This means that he will then be untangled from it, so he no longer uses it as a reference point in his field. Okay, good. So just taking a deep breath in and out. Just drop back down to your heart space and send yourself warm, loving, heartfelt energy throughout your whole body, your whole being, your whole energy field across all time, space, and realities, and across to that 36-year-old and to the 42-year-old. And just repeat these phrases after me. I'm so sorry money didn't want to stay in your life.
I'm so sorry money doesn't want to stay in your life.
I'm so sorry you accidentally kept chasing money away.
So sorry that you accidentally chase money away.
I'm so sorry they made you believe you had to give it all away in order to have.
I'm so sorry that you believe that you have to give it all away in order to give it, to receive it back.
I'm so sorry you thought if you had nothing, they couldn't take it away from you.
I'm so sorry that you thought that having nothing, they can take you all, taking away from you.
I'm so sorry you thought you had to buy your friends and family.
I'm so sorry that you have to buy your friend and family.
I'm so sorry you thought that was the only way people would stick around.
I'm so sorry that you thought that the only way that people stick around.
I check in with two different versions of the client. The 36-year-old expresses happiness and believes the world is both beautiful and challenging. Meanwhile, the 42-year-old appears more relaxed but acknowledges a sense of loneliness imbued with wisdom. When asked about making a difference, older Gus advises to keep learning, expand his consciousness, and be aware, emphasizing the point of communication and essential skills like using one's hands, technology, breathing, and to trust himself. Here, the client has received specific wisdom from his future self that can again be used as an anchor point when moving forward to that future version of himself that is earning the money that he truly desires. I'm always so blown away by how much information is available for us. When we're in the field, we're connected to our higher selves and we're using the language of the higher self, which is indeed the imagination. As we move into the integration part of the session, we do one more final round of compassion phrases to see what else we can see. Okay. So let's just do one final round here. Just taking a deep breath in and out. And just take your focus and your awareness down to your heart space, your chest area. And just send warm, loving, heartfelt energy across your own body, your own being, across all time, space, and realities. And say, I'm so sorry you're not so chilled right now.
I'm sorry that you're not so chill right now.
I'm so sorry things are about to get super crazy.
So sorry that things are about to get super crazy.
I'm so sorry you have to be mindful with who you hang around with.
So sorry you have to be mindful of who you are around.
I'm so sorry you might not be able to keep all your friends in your life.
So sorry you might not be able to keep all your friends in your life.
A final exercise to do with the clients is to integrate everything that we've learned, and we're going to do this through a visualization. We aim to join the images somehow so that he feels connected to this energy and it's held within his now field. I ask the client to imagine all his future selves as a team. This way the energies are connected and integrated. I'm getting this image of the three of you kind of walking together, and you all put your hands in the middle and you put your hands on top of each other, like a team, yeah? And using that power of the hands. So make sure your left hand is at the bottom and it's facing upwards, and they put their hands and they put their hands on your left hand, and then you put your right hand on top of their hands. And you just integrate those feelings, that wisdom, that knowledge, the clearings. And as you close your hands, you just allow those energies to come into your field. And we thank the Ascended Masters, the guides, and the angels for supporting us in this session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. How are you feeling?
Super good. Relax. Now I feel like an expansion of my energy. When I put my hands like this and I close my hands, all my body was like.
All right, cool. So what was the biggest realization from that session that you had?
That is all in my hands, that I don't want to depend anymore of anyone, that I know what I need to do.
Yeah, it's just one step at a time. You can't do it all at once. That's the hard part. I wish we could. Well done, dude. That was a really, really good one. Well done. Nice. Okay, good. You're integrating that energy. Well done.
Yeah.
I have one suggestion for you. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
I offer a final suggestion for his morning routine, as I know he has one. I invite him during his meditations to connect with his guides, specifically asking for assistance from the highest ascended levels to help clear the way for his passport to arrive. I encourage him to use his manifestation abilities and visualize that email coming into his inbox confirming his passport arrival. He acknowledges my suggestion with gratitude, indicating his willingness to try it out. As we conclude the session, we see a young man transformed from one who was grappling with uncertainty of his ambitions to one who embraces a clearer vision of his future, a future of certainty, wealth, hope, and on purpose, guided by direct wisdom from his higher selves. These sessions can be incredibly powerful to help shift energy of things quickly. 4 hours later, I really received a text message from a client who was excited beyond belief. He had just received news about his passport and he couldn't believe how quickly things had changed after doing the work to shift the energies and the feelings he had had about it. You see, when we do the work within, the universe aligns and we see the results in our real life. If Gus's story resonates with you and you find yourself inspired by his spiritual transformation, do leave a comment or subscribe to join us in further explorations into the depths of personal growth and self-discovery. If you'd like to have a session with me, you can find details of how to apply in the comments section below. Let's continue to learn and unlock these deeper truths about ourselves. And thanks so much for watching Growing Through Grace. Real stories, real change.